Hello, I'm Dr. Middlebrooks and welcome to Downrange TV. I got this email from Larry in Washington where he writes, "Point shooting? What's the point? Why point shoot when I can use my iron sights?" Well, Larry, that's a very good question, and we get that question quite a bit. In a word, speed. That's the reason. Now, we all know that a red dot optic, like a Seymour or Aimpoint, is much faster than conventional iron sights. There's less to look at, less to line up, and the only thing faster than using an electronic red dot sight is using no sights at all. Now, speaking from my own personal experience, I've won quite a number of stages at the Defensive Pistol Nationals, outright overall clean, and I did it by point shooting with 100% target focus. Never saw the sights, looked right over the top, and there's a more important reason for point shooting other than for speed. Looking at it from a self-defense standpoint, statistically speaking, handgun fights in the U.S. typically take place at contact distance and expand out to about 21 feet. Sometimes further, but the national average is 21 feet or less, with the majority of the shooting taking place at bad breath distances. Now, bad guys don't like to announce their intentions to you. They may casually walk by you on the street and then turn and say, "Hey man, got any spare change?" Out comes a box opener. Out comes a screwdriver. Out comes a knife, or out comes a gun. And the fight's going to be on right there. Now, if your opponent is within 3 feet of you, do not punch the gun out towards him. If he has a knife, he can cut your hands. If he cuts you on the back of the hand, it can be a very bad thing. You'll lose the gun, and you'll be one-handed for the rest of the fight. Also, when you push the gun out towards your opponent within 3 feet like that, the gun can be grabbed and you can be disarmed. And most likely, your trigger finger is going to get broke in the process. Something to think about. Now, at the very least, if you punch the gun out and the bad guy just pushes the gun away, he could deflect the shot. And the shot you're shooting at him could go across the street, across the mall parking lot, or wherever. There's a lot of reasons not to push the gun out. Now, even at 6 feet away, the gun can be kicked right out of your hands before you can blink, injuring or breaking your hand in the process. Bad guys also like to lie in ambush for you. They'll hide and wait, and then they'll jump out behind cover and be all over you in a flash. Now think about this for a minute. A bad guy can cover 21 feet in 1.5 to 2 seconds easily. Well, I find that most people, the truth be known, can't even draw their gun from concealment that quick and get it employed. So the sad reality of all this is, you're probably not going to have the luxury of time or the distance you need to extend your gun up, out, at eye level and use the sights. It's just not going to happen all the time. Also, consider that most robberies and muggings occur in low light. So it may be very hard for you to see your sights, let alone get a sight picture, especially while someone's beating you, stabbing you, kicking you, and shooting you. And what happens if you're in the bifocal stage of life and your prescription eyeglasses get knocked off? What do you do then? It's going to be hard to see your sights then, isn't it? Now we're going to shoot here. I want to show you the side guard. This is a level 6 thing that we do at Pissfire level 6. So I'm just going to give you a taste of it. Basically, we're in here. We're trying to deal with this guy. Oh, he pulls a gun. Now I got to react here. I may come in, strike him, push him, maybe try to slow his draw down. And then I'm going to come in here and grab my weapon like this and come in and shoot. Now you notice we shot low first shot. And I'm going to give credit where credit's due. South Narc, our friend South Narc, he said, "You know, guys, you need to be shooting low on the first shot, because if this hand is hit and it comes down, you shoot your own elbow off, and the only thing worse than being shot is shooting yourself. That would really suck." So thanks, South Narc, for your help on that and everything else. And but basically, we're coming in here, and I'm shooting right here, and we're going to start low, work high. I may want to block. I may want to come in like this, and we'll just come in just like this, or even double tap right here. We can also come in and do the Count Dracula, you know, the with a cape thing. If you do that right, you come in the Count Dracula, your cover garment will actually cover your draw, and you'll probably have to shoot through your cover garment. I've done that many times. But basically, the side guard is right here, and I'm still indexed in this position. Or I may want to come in here. I may want to come in here like this, you know. Then I may want to step and move, and then come in and through the body, onto the head. The bottom line is this: you might very well find yourself having to shoot from retention, either one or two-handed. point shooting from partial extension, and if you have the distance, you can press the gun out and up to eye level and use the sights. And like I said in the book, if you have time, use the sights. But time is usually a function of distance, like we said. So this is why you should learn to shoot from retention of the guard. We call this the guard shooting position because we're guarding the gun from weapons disarm attempt. From here is the guard. As we push the gun out, we point shoot, looking over the top of the weapon, and then we go all the way out to full extension where we look at or through the sights. So in our next session, we're going to show you how shooting on 3 levels or from 3 dimensions, 3-dimensional point shooting really works. In the meantime, this is Dr. Middlebrooks saying, drive slow, shoot fast.